On the topic of superheroes,
Mm-hmm.
Batman 3rd Edition, we've been getting some really beautiful previews.
Yeah, so there's 3 different links for us to look at here. Guys are not sending out previews, sort of teasing people about what's happening with the 3rd edition of the game. The first one that we got that came out towards the end of last week that we unfortunately didn't get in time to talk about on the weekend was a look at the new Batman model, which was themed after the idea of Todd McFarlane's Batman from issue 423. Which I researched and stuff. So that's the reason why the cape looks like it does, people. Don't panic. He hasn't got lost in a bedsheet. This is just done in the style of Spawn, as you might imagine, because obviously Todd McFarlane.
It's gorgeous. What a beautiful miniature.
Yeah, and we got to look at
that's probably one of the best representations of Batman I think I've ever seen. I'm not familiar with the comic book that came from, so whenever I saw that model, that was the first time I had seen Batman represented in that style.
The actual cover of the comic has him. He's sort of the reason the cloak is as it is because he's sort of shielding a woman inside it from sort of like, because he's just rescued her basically and her children from the evil clutches of villains and goons and stuff. And so that's sort of missing from this sculpt. But if you look at it from the back and stuff, you can see that he's got one arm raised up, and so that's why the cloak's flowing up into the air with him as well, which is kind of cool. So yeah, it's a very, very dynamic sculpt anyway, and very different from a lot of the ones we've seen before. So
I think that's
lovely
quite
work.
Extraordinary.
Lovely work.
Yeah. And then we have Cruz as well.
This led us. I am the knight. Yeah, so this led us on to looking at some. Well, so the second link shows off. We got a look at Batman in the background. We also got Commissioner Gordon next to the bat signal and some of Gotham PD and things that you'll be running in the game. Because one of the things they've been showing off is that as well as showing off the new Cruz, they've been showing off some of the older models, because the stuff from 2nd edition. All the models themselves will work perfectly fine with the 3rd edition. You just have to go and get the new cards, I believe, but I'm not quite sure how that's going to work just yet. But yeah, so all the old models will work with all the new ones, and as you can see, they're all looking very nice and dynamic as well.
I'm loving Danny DeVito.
Yeah, and they've talked about one of the really interesting things that, in the game as a whole when it came to Cruz is that one of the big focuses is going to be back on the idea of the boss being the person in control. So like the idea of Batman being the center of attention, Joker being the center of attention.
Yeah.
But they've also done something which plays around with the idea of activations, because every character gets to do their activations in a turn, but then you also get to throw in some sort of wild activations into the mix. So say, for example, Batman's getting, laden down with thugs, opponent is beating him to the ground. You can then spend a whole bunch of activations on maybe one of the Gotham PD police officers, and they run in and get in a couple of extra activations and take out some of the goons and stuff and help Batman. So they're really trying to throw in a little bit more of that heroic narrative to the game, which I think is really cool, and it's a big step up from what they've done in 2nd edition, which I thought was really
nice.
And the 3rd link shows off the newest miniature that we got to see this week, which is a remake of Harley Quinn, who is positioned up on her big piece of training, as you can see there. She comes with an optional head as well, so you've got the look of her,
so
you can see in the painted version, and also the version with the mask on, which is a little bit more akin to people who may have watched the animated series and seen the older versions of Harley Quinn in the comic books as well. So yeah, another really cool, fun miniature that they've done for Harley Quinn and the bad guy side of things. And Joker shouldn't be too far away.
I think I'd keep her with the wee motley on, because it looks class.
Yeah.
Cool. That's the wee tiny mask.
No, it's the hat.
Oh, the hat.
Hat with bells.
I don't like it. I don't know. I like it with the hair without the motley cap on.
Let's go back up. Is there one with it on?
Just
no. It's just, it shows you. So there's her with.
Oh yes, in the corner in the
side,
grey.
see it.
The optional head's kind of cool.
Yeah, I like it because that's where she came from.
That's just a great model. That is just a stunningly good model.
Be fun to paint as well.
Yeah,
especially that fun sign.
Okay.
You want to have fun painting fun.
I've got 2 Harlequins already. I don't know if I need the 3rd.